This founder runs a sharp dev shop building AI agents and custom software for scaling teams. But their homepage, it led with a line that could have come from any tech site. Work smarter, grow faster. We championed how to swap vague H1s for real client problems, reframe generic service buckets into specific offers, and use their AI work as their core messaging wedge, not just a mission. Simple fixes, big impact. Let's get into it.
Hey everyone, my name is Josh, co-founder and CEO of 19 Innovations. We specialize in custom software development for tech companies and implementation of agentic AI systems.
I love it. Josh, you're in such a hot space right now with so much activity going on. Can you share a little bit more about the types of companies you work for and what you're doing?
Sure. We work a lot with service companies. By service, I mean lawyers, accountants. We work with mortgage brokers, real estate brokers to implement automation systems and different systems to facilitate their workload. And we also work a lot with tech companies, startups and scaling startups to also do custom software development, work with them to create MVPs, and be a companion and help them develop their functionalities and also and mainly help them innovate. One of our key values is innovation. And we truly believe that innovation is important in our country, and we absolutely want to help them innovate in their fields and industries.
And you're mostly working with Canadian companies?
Mainly working with Canadian companies, but we're also open to work with global companies and organizations.
Awesome. And can you talk me through a little bit about kind of the types of builds that you do as a dev shop, and or kind of the types of agentic AI agents that you are building as well?
Yeah, sure. One recent project we recently finished is the creation of one MVP for one startup. And he wanted to validate his idea. He wanted to go out in the market and have something tangible for their customers to test. So we built Travail Direct. It's a Montreal-based company. The main purpose of the app is to connect the gaps between workers and employers, and all of that with short-term positions. So we created this application that allowed employers to post small gigs, small jobs for a day or for a couple of hours. And at the same time, the worker has access to the application to apply to a few shifts. So that really helps the people in Montreal, Quebec, just round up their months, finish their months with some extra money so they can go out for restaurants or just pay their bills. So that was one application we built. We built the mobile application on iOS and Android. We did the backend as well, and the whole integration with the payment system, because the application also supports payments and everything is happening through the application. So once you start, you finish a shift, you get paid through the app. So we did that whole thing as an MVP. It was a success. And we're now in phase 2 of that development and continuing with the development and just scaling up with new functionalities and features. And on the agentic side, automation and AI agents, we all know it's a new space. We know it's pretty new and there's still a lot of new things to be discovered around agentic AI, but we've started playing with AI agents. AI agents in pulling customer informations from different sources, different websites, customizing messages that could then be used to communicate with customers. But one specific project we recently worked on was for a private clinic. And they're a network of private clinics, and they wanted to build a chatbot that was able to take the input from the patient and understand what were the problems, the symptoms, what they were feeling. And with all of that information, the agent is now capable of redirecting the user to the right clinic, depending on the city they live, and also creating an appointment with the right specialist in a matter of minutes, instead of making calls or sending emails. Something that took days now can be done in a couple of minutes in front of your computer.
I love it. And I want to kind of start to dive in a little bit into your homepage. So tell me a little bit about kind of what was your thought process when you built out this homepage?
I'm a person that loves beautiful designs. I love colors, and I also like minimalistic or minimalist websites. And I worked with my team and also with our graphic designer, who actually made the logo, and he created our brand book as well. I worked with him for the fonts and for the logo, for the colors. And then we worked on our own time to develop a website that was simple, but at the same time contained all the important informations about what we do as a company and to whom we serve. So the thought process was, I don't know if you're familiar with the F reference. So whenever someone looks at your website, they're going to start with the logo, then go down, see what's over here, get some call to actions, go up again, and then see whatever is in the header and some call to actions. So that's the first part. Then for me, what was really important was showcasing with who we worked before. So our main customers, this is a college, this is an AI company creating some photos with AI, different companies that we've worked with. And then you could eventually, hover your mouse over that and click on that. That will bring you to their websites. Just explaining what we do. I think it's really important, as I mentioned, just to explain what we do in a couple of sentences. And something big we do is we build smart, scalable solutions to fill your business growth. We work with SMEs, then our services, which is actually, scrollable. That took us some time to build, but we're happy that it works. Then at the bottom, we have the case studies, our partners. So with some people we work with, the Chamber of Commerce of Montreal, Laval, Copenhagen, District 3 from Concordia. And yeah, a really simple page. And that was pretty much the thought process behind the creation of this first page.
Awesome. Thanks so much for clarifying that. And you did a really good job. You and your designer did a really good job with the design in making a minimal design actually come to life. A question that I had for you is, for kind of the clients that you work with, what does work smarter, grow faster mean to them?
Yeah. So that's actually a very good question. I truly believe in automation. I truly believe that there's a better way of working and a way that you can focus on what really matters. Because the case with many businesses is that we have so many things to do in our day-to-day that we stop focusing on our customers. And that's the most essential part of a business, working with your customers, being with them. But all the paperwork that we have to do, all the manual stuff we have to do internally really slows us down in working with them or just innovating and thinking about new solutions. So working smarter for me is implementing systems and automations. And the systems don't necessarily mean technology, right? Systems are processes, setting a good foundation. So everyone knows how to operate in your business. And then you add technology on top of it to amplify the impact of your processes. And then as a result, that's going to help you grow faster. And then if you want to amplify even more, then you add AI and it's going to help you go way faster.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe I should have clarified a little bit. What does work smarter and grow faster mean to the startups and to the accountants, the lawyers, and the businesses that you're working with? What does that mean to them?
Yeah, for them is we help them implement those solutions. So it's not something that we do only for ourselves, but at the end of a contract, at the end of a development project, our goal is to have them feel this way, that they're working smarter, that they're scaling, and that they have solutions that apply to their specific needs. So for them, what this means is working with a company that's going to help them achieve their goals, and a company that's going to understand what are their exact needs so they can continue scaling and they can actually implement the technology they need.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
A little bit. Maybe I should clarify this a little bit more, which is, so they're coming to you when they're scaling and they need that kind of automations to grow. How do they frame it to you when you're on a discovery call or you're meeting them in person, or when you first reach out to them at an event or whatever? How do they describe it? Do they say work smarter, grow faster, or are they telling you their specific problem or something else?
No, they actually start with their problem. That's a really good point. So they will often come and say and tell us, hey, we have a problem with disconnected tools. We have a problem of too much manual work. We have a problem that our data is scattered around and we don't have access to it. We have a problem that, we need to go to the market, but we haven't started development. We don't have the expertise. So that's how they come to us and they tell us, hey, we have this problem. We need help.
Got it. Have you thought about starting with the problem as your H1 and kind of leading with some of those problems instead of work smarter, grow faster with the power of AI, which could mean a dev shop like you. It could mean a B2B SaaS app. It could mean some sort of Notion coach. It could literally mean a whole bunch of different things. Have you thought about instead of work smarter, grow faster with the power of AI, leaning into those problems that you just said, which is, messy data, not being able to scale, all of those types of things?
That's a really good observation. And I didn't thought about it for the website, but that's how we present ourselves and that's how we introduce ourselves to potential leads, potential prospects. So that's a really good observation. And yeah, I think we need to change that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you're already doing a lot of that stuff in your introductions. So what has been that barrier to be like, we're already making these changes elsewhere and we've already reading elsewhere. Why is our website not saying that?
Maybe it's because we haven't updated that part of the website yet. And even the projects we've worked on, there's a couple of more projects like the one I mentioned you before. So yeah, we need a bit more of love and invest a bit more time on our website. We've been busy with new projects and other things that we haven't had the time to update it. But that's a really good observation. And I'm definitely adding that into my backlog.
I'd love to hear it. And I totally get it. As a service provider myself, the cobbler shoes problem is so incredibly real. We spend all of our time on our clients that oftentimes we forget to do the same things for ourselves. On that same type of line, I like your description below where it says we have small and medium businesses, yada, yada, yada. Like you do explain what you do. I wonder if you can be even more specific, because in my own experience, the more specific you are there, the way more likely that hero section is going to be working so much harder for you. Can you just say, hey, we work with startups, we work with accountants, we work with lawyers, say something like that so that people instantly know you're for them.
Good point. Yep, I'll take note of that.
And then I like the fact that you actually keep the get started, the same CTA on both your navigation menu and your hero section. Most brands do not do that. It kills conversion. It just creates that a little bit of friction that can really hurt conversion. So kudos there. Scroll down. I like your social proof logos. That's super standard. We build smart, scalable solutions to fuel your business growth. Yeah, I get what you're doing there. No real notes. There's probably ways that you can fine tune that more, but I'm not going to nitpick that. Services. Okay, so you were saying kind of your core services are software development, AI agents are your kind of your core two things, but you have 4 service offerings here. You have software development, which makes total sense as a service, artificial intelligence, which really isn't a service. I'd maybe clarify that to maybe be building AI agents. Automation solutions feels really, really vague. And so does consulting. I know probably why you want to have a consulting option in there, but have you just thought about maybe streamlining it to be like, hey, here are the 2 core use cases that we're known for, and maybe your third one is consulting, just so you can kind of have that kind of pricing going there, but as opposed to 3 things that where only one of them is really a true service?
I've recently thought about it, yes, on only focusing on 2, but I haven't done those changes. And what would you say instead of AI in here?
I would say building AI agents for scale, or you tell me if that's not accurate. What types of AI agents are you building and what are their goals behind them? Same thing with software development, which you can still kind of get away with just saying that, but like, what are the specific use cases that are coming up over and over and over again? Even if they are high level, I would lean into that so that if somebody's on this page and they're looking to figure out if they want to hire your company, they're going to instantly know if you're for them or not. And that's going to just make your conversion rate go way higher.
Okay, awesome. Hey, yeah.
So my question to you is, what are some of the AI agents that you're building? What are some of the software development builds? Are there certain core themes that are coming up over and over again?
Yeah, software development will be mainly creating applications, websites, systems, whereas AI or AI agents will also have development, but the implementation will be slightly different, or the approach rather will be different.
Yeah. So maybe I would lean into that. In the same way that you just kind of were able to rattle off the 3 things that you're doing in software development, I would do the same thing for AI agents, even if it is a little bit more unproven. Just kind of make your best guesses on what that might look like, and that's going to help you really stand out. And plus, if you only have 3 things, not 4, that just kind of goes into the rule of 3s, which is a really great copywriting anyway. So like, have that middle one be the thing that's going to anchor you, which I suspect in this case is software development, and then put AI agents on the left side, consulting on the right. And that's going to make it really, really, really apparent, particularly when you have those use cases in the description for you to actually land.
Okay.
Into cases, are those case studies?
Yeah, case studies.
Can you tell me a little bit more about why these 2 case studies? And if you have any other ones?
Yeah, I do have more. I have a total of 4 in the website.
Okay.
We've just spent more time building on this one and this other one. That's why they're over here. The other 2, we didn't really invest time in building those cases. This first one is the one we use in our offering. So we mainly use this one for that. That's why it's here. The other one is to showcase the AI part of what we're capable of doing. So this is really the reason. As I said, we have other projects that we're also going to be able to put over here that will eventually replace potentially the artificial one, the second case study.
I like it. So basically that first one is your money case study. It's what you use everywhere. And the second one is basically showcasing your AI capabilities that you're trying to highlight and use to get more work.
Correct.
Awesome. A couple other questions I had for you, which is, are these the types of customers that you want more of?
Customers that want more. I want to work more with companies, tech companies that want to innovate, that want to leverage the power of agentic AI. And mainly when I say tech companies, I mean medium companies with more than 100 employees or developers that are in the day-to-day of building new functionalities, working with customers, and really helping them implement smart automations into their systems, and also intelligent functionalities in their products.
I love it. And are these 2 example case studies the types of companies that you want to work more with?
I would say no, not one of these, no.
Do you have any case studies of companies that you want to work more closely with?
Not in my website, but coming soon.
Okay, so no worries. Scroll down. I like partners. No notes there. Question for you is, do you think transform your business today is, what was kind of your thought process behind that H2?
Oh gosh, I don't remember this one. I just knew I needed a call to action at the bottom. And I think that's one of the first things I built in my first website, and didn't really spend the time over here. That's why it's a black box with just a call to action.
Yeah.
But that one definitely needs love. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you think even something as, and I'm sure you could think of 5 billion ones better, but I suspect even just schedule a call, or, it might be a better CDA there. At least it's clearer than transform your business today, which is both unclear and vague. So I always like to say, for a final CTA like that, have it be like the fact that you have going to get started makes sense. Same CTA across the board, but make that that H2 be something like schedule a call if you just want to go completely clear, or clear plus specific, plus a little bit of creativity can also work really well.
Okay. I'll think about something. Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else before we wrap?
No, we're working with companies in Canada, and we're looking to expand to the States as well, to United States. Work with other tech companies. We have an amazing team. We're a small team of 4 and scaling, and looking to work on more interesting projects. Yeah.
One other thing you might want to do on your homepage, because I noticed it's just conspicuously absent. You do a lot of social proof. You have a lot of things that are kind of talking about what you do, but maybe consider adding a section about your team. So you maybe just put something about yourself and then about kind of your core team. That's going to humanize you and make your homepage look like specifically why they should work with you, and not all of the other dev shops out there who are all building AI agents as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Any reason why you didn't add anything about your team on your homepage?
No, I don't see it there. often, so that's why I didn't put it myself.
Yeah. I just from my own experience and from working with a lot of different, particularly in a service business where service business websites can all look the same if you're not careful. One of the easiest ways to differentiate yourself immediately and really increase the volume of leads and make it way more likely that they're going to go with you instead of another company that they get asked for an RFP from as well, is to kind of lead with your team and or lead with your process, lead with your framework. It sounds like you already have a lot of those frameworks. You have a really opinionated take on where AI agents are going. I would maybe encourage you to lean into that even more in your homepage, and also just share a little bit about your team so that it just makes it so incredibly apparent why they should hire 1.9 and not any other company.
Okay. Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you.